You'll miss it. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 164 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and during your normal routine, do you look around you? Do you pick up the small details that happen while you are focused on your task? Today, I'm here to tell you that a lot is happening around you, and if you don't pay attention now, you might miss it down the line. Before we start, as usual, if you end up liking this episode and overall the Shower Podcast, leaving a like and a subscribe really help a lot. They're just one click, but they really make the difference. I say it every day, but yeah, unfortunately, YouTube analytics and on Spotify, they tell me that some of you watch but don't subscribe, and if you end up doing it every day, might as well think about it. So, let's say elephant in the room. I'm using this because I'm trying to at least give me a chance to breathe and do something about it. If you're only listening, I have a patch on my nose to help me breathe a bit. I hope that this will also influence the quality of of my voice, but this is besides the point. Let's now focus on the topic of today. So now that I came back to my normal routine, and I'm trying to, let's say, find bits and pieces of inspiration to get back on my daily tasks. And something that I didn't think about while I was away, and I picked up immediately as a sign of contrast when I was back, were these, I don't know even how to define them, because maybe cues, these things that just happen around you when you go back to your routine that are not something that it's actively part of your mind, of your recollection, but at the same time, they are, let's say, crucial when you pay attention to them. What I mean by that? So the first thing is, every morning when I wake up, I like to have this croissant. There is an episode down the line if you want to go and listen to it to understand why. But back until last month, the shop where I got these croissants did not have self-checkout. So every day the same lady was at the counter and always saw me buying one croissant. And during the first days you don't really pay attention to it, but down the line it becomes a routine. And now that the self-checkout is there, and sometimes it's, effectively more convenient to do so, because in this specific shop, they are not always by the counter. So sometimes in the morning, I would have to wait quite a bit, 5 minutes, but still, it's first thing in the morning, you want to go back, have your breakfast with coffee. So now I just go with the self-checkout. And I realized that if not in an active way, but still that interaction and that part of the routine was broken. And of course, this does not hinder or necessarily modify the reason why I do it. But at the same time, it's something that you start missing. And to expand on this idea, there is also the other portion of my daily routine where I go and get this surprise box from Too Good To Go from one of the offices close by. And every day that I walk there, since it's always at the same time, there is also this group of, I don't know what they are, if they are students or they work in a place, because there's always an elderly man in the front, then 2 girls coming with him, and then another person in the back. They really have this formation every time they walk. And it's so interesting to see that things around you happen always at the same time when you follow your routine. But sometimes, as you notice them, I wonder, do they also see me as part of that process? And the beautiful thing is that it is true that most of the things that we do, especially in our privacy, are not bounded, to other decisions, are not bounded to other people. But on the other hand, these more, let's say, collective habits, just you going and picking up the groceries, interacting with people, so going places, so not being just in your household, but going places. I think it's extremely beneficial to easing, this process and just making it more comfortable, because besides the fact of the activity that you are doing that might not be there, the fact that that you'll see the same people, you'll be just saying hi to that cashier in the morning, or again, just being present in the moment, because in the end, that's the whole point of today. That feeling, that moment of being present, you might miss it if you don't pay attention. And I think that the whole point that I want to raise today is that when we actually build up the routine in an effective way, after a while you might get lost into it. You might start to do it in an automatic way, which from some point of view might be beneficial, but on the other, it might alienate you a bit. You might feel that you are a bit disconnected from what you're doing. Whereas if you start paying attention to these small details, to these people, to this, I don't know, it can be really anything. It doesn't have to connect to people. It's just a specific car being parked in a place, or always, I don't know, it can be really any event. I don't have a specific example besides the one that I gave you. But the beautiful part is that everybody has their own, the group that I told you about, maybe they notice something else. The cashier in the morning maybe has another situation that it's happening on a daily basis, and makes it easier for her to go through the morning. And I think it's just beautiful to know that in the spirit also of the Shower podcast, all the things that you do are not individual actions. There's always an environment, and there's always a context in which things happen. And if you give yourself the time to recognize it and to look at it, well, then it will be just that much more enjoyable. Having said that, that was all for today. And a bit of inspiring notes here and there that I use also for myself to go forward with my days. And let me know in the comments if you have something like that, if you have a daily routine, or if it can be even weekly, or something again that it's recurring on a specific time that makes you realize that time is of course passing and you are following your routine, but you're still being present in the moment. Thank you very much for listening. And as always, until the next one, stay consistent, stay resilient, and see you tomorrow.